Hi everyone, in this video I will show you how to do landed cost in QuickBooks. So landed cost is when you want to take the shipping cost of the product and adding on to the product. For example, I buy a product in China for $10, it costs me to ship $2 a piece. I want QuickBooks to know that this product really cost me $12 and calculate the cost of goods that way. So QuickBooks Enterprise. Now this video is only if you have Enterprise and you have at least version 20, meaning the newest version of Enterprise, which is 2020. So in Enterprise version 20, I will show you how to add on the landed cost. So over here, if you go to inventory, you have something called calculate landed cost. Okay. Now when you pop open this box, there is going to be some settings you're going to have to do, like for example, add in a new type of asset. Usually I already enable it, but when you get to the video, when you open up the screen for the first time, they would ask you to enable it. I'm not going to walk through the setup process now. I'm just going to show how it's done. There's another video showing how to do it without this feature. So I want to just show you how this feature works. So in this feature, for example, we have this. We have calculate landed cost. So here we have the bills. The bills would be the products we bought. Inside the bills would be the shipping, and then we have the inventory products. So let's say I press add bill. So I'm going to switch this. Let's say I do. Let me see. Last month, this year. Okay, so for example, here he shows me a bill from Always Forwarding that I entered on 9/8, and this bill was never allocated to a product. So how does QuickBooks know that this bill wasn't allocated to a product? Let me jump back a second to the bill. One second, we see the bill number is over here. When you do this, you can see the bill number is 8515. Let me see a second. Go back here to vendors. Okay, so this is the amount. This is the bill, 815. So if you see over here, we set up a separate product. When you walk through the setup of landed cost, you have to set up a separate product. And if you look at a separate product, it's linked to open up the product. It's linked to other current asset account called shipping too. Okay. If you ever want to modify any of these settings, you can go to preferences. Go to items and inventory, company preferences, go advanced, and over here you have the landed cost, and you see the account name and what it uses. Okay, so you need to set up that a new asset account, and then you do another charge, which that gets connected to that asset account, and then once you have that set up, you can go. So let's go back to the feature. So over here we have like this. We can go into, let's say, this bill, and right away here in the top, press calculate landed cost, or you go to inventory, calculate landed cost. So I'm going to go here, and when I select the bill, see when I'm in this bill and I do calculate landed cost, he already brings up the bill here in the bottom. If you see he has here all the three products that I have, 100, 100, 100. Now when I go add bills, and I do this here, so this bill pops up. I press add bills. So now over here, he asks me, how much do you want to allocate? Let me see, when you do view details, he tells you the item and the code, and if you have any notes, it would pop up here. So this bill from Always Forwarding was for $8,515. So this is the amount that I want to allocate. So this is the amount that was unallocated. Let's say I only want to take $5,000 off this bill. Let's say it was for two bills. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm only allocating $5,000 of this bill to these products. So I press 5,000. Now then over here, he gives you an option. How do you want to allocate this? You want to allocate by quantity. So quantity would mean to say, since each one is 100, so basically it's 300 products, so doing 33.33. So you see over here, he gives you the landed cost amount, and then he gives you the updated and the shipping and cost handling. Either we can do it based on a percent. You go in here, type in your percent, or we can do it an amount. Yeah, let's say for example, he types it based on the dollar amount of each product. You see this is $300, this is $200, this is $100. Or you can do manual, just manually put in the amount you want. Now, if you're an e-commerce business and you're bringing in inventory from China, the best way to do it, I would say, is by CBM. So CBM would mean to say that you would take an Excel sheet and calculate. The CBM is the measurement how much CBM fits in a container. I think it's around somewhere between 40 and 60, somewhere there. So somewhere around between 40 and 60 CBM is a container. And what you would do is, usually your vendor should send you a packing slip before when he sends you your PI, he sends you your packing slip as well. And on the packing slip, he should give you the CBM per product. So what I would do is I would, let's say, do, a manual, not a, do, let's say, like a percentage, and I would calculate the percent of CBM, meaning to say, let's say this product took up 20%, 20% of the CBM, so I would make this, be 20%. And let's say this I would make, this, let's say this one over here would be, I don't know, let's say 50%. And this would be, let's say, 30%. So that's how I would allocate it. Now, why would I go for CBM? Why would I go for CBM? For example, let's say I import from China an iPhone and an office chair. An iPhone costs $500 in China, and an office chair costs $10. I'm gonna pay way more shipping for the office chair than the iPhone. So you don't want to do it based on dollar amount. You want to do based on the the unit to measure, like how big the product is and how much space the product takes up in the container. So once you know how much space it takes up in the container and how you can work with it, so then you'll take the new CBM. Okay, so let's say the office chair is really 90% of the shipping and the iPhone is only 10%. So then you would do the percent be 90%. If you need help to allocate, we'll have a different video showing you the formula in Excel, or we can send you actually an Excel sheet of how to distribute the CBM per product. And okay, so let's just finish here. So let's say, for example, this is the percent that I'm going to be allocating to these three products. So just again, here's my bill from always forwarding. The shipping cost that I want to allocate is $5,000. The amount of the bill is only $85, so I'm going to have $3,500 not allocated. Okay, now I'm going to do post to bill. Okay, and select option 1, option 1, 2, 3, just to update. See, oh, he asked me actually the new selling price, just ignore that. Okay, so now, for example, if you see over here, I showed you like last time, you can do this manually and enter like that. But if you look at the new feature, you see all the details yourself. You see like this. The quantity is 100. The cost is actually $11. Why is the cost 11? The original amount was only 100. And you see I had expenses of $1,000. So over here, you can see the original amount and you can see the new amount. And you see it includes landed cost. If you would do it the old way, and you would do it like I showed you there before, with expenses, like the other way to do it manually, you wouldn't have any of these notes. So you wouldn't not necessarily know everything. Now let me give you a different example. If you go back to that bill from 85.15, let me see this bill. So here you have the bill is 85.15, and you see this includes shipping and handling costs. If you go now back to this product over here, you have, sorry, it looks like it didn't get saved. Why didn't it get saved? Give me a second. Okay, it looks like it didn't get saved. I'm just going to add this on right over here. And I'm just going to just do based on the percent, just apply it. I'm going to put here 5,000. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do post to bill. Okay, here's basically if you want to do a new selling price, meaning to say, since you paid more for the product, you had to do a new selling price, new skip. Okay, now do save and close. Make yes. I didn't press yes before. Okay, so now when you go back to the bill, over here you'll see you have the expenses, you have the original amount, and then we have this as well. Now if we go back to the other bill, 815, here it says include shipping cost. Now let me show you one more thing. Let's say this product, this bill of 85.15 was actually for two bills, for this 600 bill, and then it was for another bill that I'm going to buy now. Okay. It was for a new product. So I'm gonna buy again item 1, and this is for a new container. So I'm gonna buy here again 100 quantity, and then here I'm gonna enter, let's say $2 a piece. Okay, make yes. Okay, fine. Now I want to do calculate landed cost. So let me save this. Okay, now I'm going to do calculate landed cost. Now that I press add bill, what I like about this feature is that I only allocated at that point $5,000. The bill amount was 85, and I still have $3,500 left. In the other feature which I explained, it will be quite complicated to keep track of how much money was allocated for shipping and for where it was allocated for shipping. Now, technically, without this feature, they both do the same thing, meaning to say if you're going to do it manually, like inventory adjustments, or you're manually going to put it as an expense, but then you have to keep like a whole paper trail, okay, which bills were allocated to a product and which bills weren't allocated to a product. It's going to be a lot of, a lot of side work. In this case, where QuickBooks has the whole feature built in, it's very nice and very cool. You see right away here, I have $3,500 that's not allocated. So I press add bill. Now here you have the amount you want to allocate. Let's say I want to allocate $3,500. And I select, let's say, by quantity and whatever it is, and I do post a bill. Do skip and proceed, press OK, and fine. And now you have the original cost was $2 a piece, and you see regular cost was $37 a piece. So you get to see all the information. Now, if at any point you want to remove it, let's say I'm going to press here save, yes. Now let's say I want to remove it, I can just do remove landed cost. I'm sorry, so I might press yes, and goodbye, it's back to original. So the landed cost feature makes it a lot easier, a lot better, and it makes it way more advanced. I do recommend, if you could get the landed cost feature, definitely get it. Just a side note, Enterprise these days works in a subscription model. So if you have Enterprise, if you only have 17 or 18, you're paying every year no matter what. So you may as well upgrade to the latest version of Enterprise 20. If you have Premier, it's a different story. Then you need to Premier, I think, is a one-time fee that you pay. Enterprise, you're paying a yearly subscription. So you might want to consider the costs and everything. Make sure that's the right, the right things for you to do. All right, enjoy everyone and have a great day.